All right, am I the only one who's thoroughly enjoying this MAGA meltdown over Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, my God. These folks are losing their minds. And Donald Trump is like, yo, y'all need to stop. In fact, he called Charlie Kirk, who it tells you right now, Charlie Kirk is nothing but an imp of Donald Trump. So he called him and was like, yo, I need you to stop talking about this, okay? I need you to stop bringing up Jeffrey Epstein. But MAGA's not doing it. And in fact, like that, this is what's so hilarious, okay? This is literally a tweet that Donald Trump sent out right here. So stop talking about Epstein. But then somebody edited this tweet from 2 years ago of his own son saying, show us all the Epstein client list now. Why would anyone protect those scumbags? Ask yourselves this question daily, and the answers become very apparent. This has been hilarious, y'all, as folks been pulling up old comments. You've got Dan Bonino supposedly threatening to quit if if the files were not released. Pam Bondi's like, yo, there's nothing there. So what's the big deal? And Trump is like, it's not going to be released. In fact, I love this mashup right here of MAGA folks losing their minds. This is before Trump was inaugurated, when it came to the issue of Epstein. Listen.
Please do not let that story go.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is I mean, there's.
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
This isn't about Epstein or 9/11 or JFK or RFK. It is, but it isn't. It's about a bigger thing. If you're lying about that, you're lying about everything. Who's on the Epstein tapes, folks? Who's on those tapes? Who's in those black books? Why have they been hiding it?
And this is something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Everything's going to come out to the public. The public has a right to know. Americans have a right to know.
You've urged people to move on.
Oh, my God, these people have been tripping. And in fact, hold up. I got to play this with him. Check this out. Here's Donald Trump being asked about it. Give 1 second. I got to play this one for y'all because this was too much. Okay, here we go. All right, let me get this one queued up, y'all. Okay.
I know you've urged people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled? Why do you think that is?
Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say let them have it.
I mean, if it's no big deal, I don't understand why y'all freaking out by it. In fact, I saw, in fact, Mike Johnson, now he's pissed him off because Mike Johnson's like, yeah, we should go to release this here. And you know what? And then, of course, you got Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. He's like, you know what I mean? What the hell? You know what? We might as well just see what they want to do. Here is Democratic leader Jeffries speaking on.
Democrats didn't put the Jeffrey Epstein thing into the public domain. This was a conspiracy that Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and these MAGA extremists have been fanning the flames of for the last several years. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. The American people deserve to know the truth. What, if anything, is the Trump administration and the Department of Justice hiding? What are you hiding? If you're not hiding anything, prove that to the American people. And if you are trying to hide something, as many of Donald Trump's MAGA supporters apparently believe, then the Congress should actually work hard to try to uncover the truth for the American people. There are only two things that are possible here. Option one, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and the MAGA extremists intentionally lied to the American people for years about the Jeffrey Epstein situation. That's option one. Option two is that, in fact, there's reason for the American people to be concerned as it relates to what information has not been released that could be damaging to the Trump administration and the friends and family of the Trump administration and their billionaire corrupt supporters. And so they're actively engaging in a cover-up. Option one, they lied for years. Option two, they're engaging in a cover-up. At this point, it seems reasonable that can only be one of the two things. And so it's Congress's responsibility in a bipartisan way to ask the questions and try to get answers on behalf of the American people.
I can't hear him.
What happened? Today, the House voted. And all the Republicans were like, nah, we ain't about to release these files. I'm getting a kick out of all of this. But what's crazy to me is to literally watch the meltdown. And he's mad. The White House is saying, Mustafa, yo, can we move on? They're trying to get MAGA to stop. But guess what? They whipped those folks into a frenzy because they were like, yo, Bill Clinton's on that list. But Donald Trump, his phone number was in Epstein's black book, and they got to own up to it. So their own side is now eating them. They don't know how to stop it. I find all of this to be absolutely delightful.
There's a lot of cannibalism going on right now on that side of the equation. People should care. Here's why people should care, because we're talking about sex trafficking and trying to understand who all was a part of that. Everybody, or not everybody, but a whole lot of people cared when it was talking about Puffy or P. Diddy, you know, in relationship to that. So why should we not also care as equally about this type of a situation? And let the chips fall where they may, no matter whom it is that's on that list. Folks need to know. You need to know to make sure, one, that they're brought to justice. You need to know in case, you know, one of your kids or somebody else is hanging out around them or near them. So sex trafficking is a very serious thing. And we know how many women and girls end up disappearing or end up getting pulled into that. So, yeah, we need to know. And, yeah, MAGA should care and everybody else should care. Because we should be making sure that we are protecting women and girls in our country.
Well, and just so folks know, I mean, that was a literal vote. This is the tweet right here. Justin, Republicans in the House Rules Committee killed an Epstein measure put forward by Representative Roland that would have forced the Department of Justice to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. The vote was 5-7, with Reverend Ralph Northam being the only Republican committee member to vote in favor of the measure. This here is Democratic member McGovern talking about it, and I mean, to me, he's only making sense.
I move the committee make an order amendment number 50 to H.R. 3633, offered by Representative Khanna, which would require the Attorney General to preserve and release any records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Madam Chair, on February 24, 1st, 2025, President Trump's own Attorney General, Pam Bondi, said on Fox News, the Epstein client list was sitting on her desk, quote, right now to review, end quote. Kash Patel, Trump's FBI director, said during his confirmation hearing that he would do everything, if confirmed, to make sure the American people knew, quote, the full weight of what happened, end quote. Patel, who now leads the FBI, said on the Benny Johnson show that the FBI was hiding the Epstein client list. Donald Trump Jr., the president's own son, tweeted out, and I quote, show us all the Epstein client list right now. Why would anyone protect those scumbags? Ask yourselves this question, and then the answer becomes very apparent, end quote. And now, forgive me, but suddenly these same people are telling us there's nothing to see here. Trump is posting that we should all just move on. Well, I want to know what the hell is in these files. And I think we all want to know why Trump is suddenly changing his tune and is so desperate to sweep this under the rug. But you know what? This also gets at his credibility. This is about trust. Republicans said, trust us, vote for us, and we will release these files. And here we are. They are backtracking. They said they aren't going to cut Medicaid, and they did. They said they wouldn't add to the deficit and debt. They exploded both. They said that they stand with law enforcement. They won't even hang a plaque honoring officers for their heroism on January 6th. They talk about law and order and can't even condemn the president for pardoning the people who violently attacked the Capitol building. So please forgive me if I don't believe a word of any of it. This isn't about gotcha politics. It's about credibility.
So here's the whole thing for me. Here's the whole thing for me right here as I look at all of this. I mean, I don't get it, Randy. Just release it.
You know, what I wonder is what's bottom for them. I mean, we've always known that, one, Epstein and Trump were friends. We've always known that Trump has had been found guilty of, abusing women and lying on women. So do the Republican women...
No, girls. No, girls.
Girls, right.
Girls,
And
underage girls, not women,
right,
girls, and got a sweetheart deal. Got a sweetheart deal where Trump's Department of Labor Secretary the first time was the prosecutor. Got a sweetheart deal where he could be out of jail 16 hours a day, and he would just go into jail and sleep overnight.
So, but that's what I'm saying. What is their bottom? All of a sudden, do they have a moral code? Or do they care about what this convicted felon has done all of a sudden? I mean, what is their bottom? And it's obvious that there's a cover up going on. I mean, they've said, we have the black book, we have his client list, and now all of a sudden it's disappeared suddenly. I mean, to me.
No, they held a news conference holding up binders. They held a news conference holding up Epstein binders. And in fact, I love, okay, now watch this here. Watch this. I want people to see. Watch how, this is Bill O'Reilly on News Nation, on Leland Vittert show, Leland Vittert, conservative, on News Nation. I mean, and even Vittert, you could tell, about like a lightning bolt hit him because he had to fact check as Bill O'Reilly tried to blame this on Biden-Harris. Watch this.
The Biden administration had exactly the same thing the Trump administration has on Epstein. Exactly. Right. Because Epstein was convicted during the Biden administrations. Not one time did Hakeem Jeffrey call for any exposition of what the Biden Justice Department knew. Not once. So this guy's a top phony. Okay, he's a political player. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about the people.
Hold on, Bill.
This is what
hold on.
he does.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on. You said Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Epstein committed suicide during the Trump administration.
Yes. So
how is he convicted? How do you convict a guy who's dead?
Epstein was convicted in I believe, okay, under Merrick Garland's Justice Department. That could be. Am I wrong on that? I don't think so. And then he was incarcerated, and then he committed suicide. Okay. The suicide thing is bull. Whether you
Bill, I think this is important. Bill, I think this is important. He was arrested in 2019 and he committed suicide in 2019. He died August 10th of 2019. So the Biden administration was not involved in a conviction or a trial of him. They were in of Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay. And that's a good point of clarification. But he was arrested and indicted under Merrick Garland.
No, under Trump.
Who had all of the information.
Epstein was arrested, indicted, and committed suicide under Trump. In 2019, Trump was president. Merrick Garland was not the attorney general.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a dumbass. I mean, Michael, he said there, his entire point was blown up because you're an idiot, Bill O'Reilly.
Exactly. And Bill O'Reilly's full of shit, too. Let's just put it out there, okay? And people talk about Joe Biden and his memory. I'll take Joe Biden any day over Bill O'Reilly, all right? Yes, August 10th, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein died in federal custody, okay? Donald Trump was president, all right? So all the people who talked about the Biden crime family and Representative Joe Comer, and you have these Biden investigations that Republicans are launching. So you don't want to release all of the evidence, all of the files, all the information there with Jeffrey Epstein. I remember when Pam Bondi had the influencers there and podcasters, and they gave them binders. They're holding up binders. I'm wondering, okay, what's in the binders? Okay, they need to bring that up now and grill her. Okay, what was in those binders that you gave people? But, you know, Roland, I think this comes down to what Michael Steele said a couple of nights ago, or maybe last night on MSNBC. He said, when Donald Trump used to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein and they were friends, Donald Trump was a Democrat. Now, you know, when they thought that when MAGA, when Republicans thought it was just a bunch of Democrats on the list or in the files or whatever, they wanted it. Now that the former top Democrat is in the White House, now all of a sudden it's a problem. And I agree with Hakeem Jeffries. Release all of it. No, tell the truth. Cleanse your soul if you have one left. Release all of it. So, and these are people, man, who made money off of these conspiracy theories. Cass Patel on various podcasts. Pam Bonino. These are people
they all got paid
a lot of money pushing this. They all got paid pimping this and lying to MAGA. And now the people who they fed the lies to are turning on them. I'm like, hey, like the club banger from the year 2000 by DJ Godfather said, let them hoes fight. Let them fight. Let them fight this out.
I'm just going to sit here and enjoy these fools just smacking each other. All right, y'all.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.